In this section, I'm going to talk about the IELTS listening module. This module has got 40 questions, which approximately takes 25 to 30 minutes of time.
Okay, so talking about these two sections, the first section is a conversation between two people, customer client, like booking a room or so, and it's a general discussion which we actually experience in our daily life. The second section was about presentation and comparison. That's what I mentioned. And it's a general talk again, like theater comparison, or I'm talking about my company and how that company grew into, from one to many branches and what kind of services I have. But I'm talking to people, so nobody's asking me questions, only my voice. All right. Only one person would be there. Then the third section is academic discussion. Two students are discussing something. All right. And these two students are generally one male and one female student. And they're discussing something about their research, maybe about their presentations. All right. And we are going to understand a little more about it. And this moves from general to academic topics. And finally, section 4, some expert, again, a monologue. All right. Somebody, one person is going to talk about, all right, some topic. And this is how the difficulty level increases from the first section to the last section. So those who are aiming for band 9, band 7.5 plus, you should get 10 on 10 in first two sections. Definitely yes, because afterwards things are going to jumble up a little more. Okay. Any concerns, any questions? Yahan tak kuch problem hai? Please say yes, no.
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 Okay, great. All right. So after this, I'm going to get into details of each section. All right. So details in this sense, what to expect in each section. So as I said, there's a customer client. Customer client means somebody is going to ask questions, then I'm going to answer it. Again, I'm going to ask the question, somebody is going to answer it. दो लोग रहेंगे, right? So mostly it's an inquiry call कि आपके पास ये है क्या? बोले कि हाँ है. आपको क्या चाहिए? And then again there'll be exchange of question and answer. So mostly it's like your name, phone number, email, okay, and what exactly the requirement is. So this we do generally on online forms. या कहीं पर भी जाते हैं तो form भरते हैं, right? वैसे ही कुछ है ये, right? So mostly it has got name, number, location, and that's the reason we have these common silly mistakes which happen in this section. And I'm going to list one after the other one. The first thing is the spelling. Okay, we assume the spellings and we write. जैसे कि Johnson है, right? We assume the spelling and Johnson company का या किसी और का, and then we miss out on the letters. Okay, the wrong spelling. This is the wrong spelling. This is the right spelling. JOHNSON. Now the question is, will they pronounce every alphabet? Yes, they are going to spell it out for you. ठीक है, तो तभी तो आपको ध्यान देना है, because I can't assume that this is a spelling. For example, my own spelling, Pooja, it can be spelled as POOJA, all right? So you cannot assume कि spelling क्या हो सकता है. You have to listen to the common proper noun spelling. मतलब जिसके नाम होते हैं ना, उनके spellings आपको समझने. Second mistake which people do is the numbers, all right? So when there's a 00, single 9920, 920. So when you listen to the numbers, when you expect there's a passport number, telephone number, next question wo hai. So you have to be like very conscious in wo numbers kya hai. Sometimes they call the 0 as O. Okay, O, 992004. All right. So be careful of that as well. Then one or two words. Okay, you are allowed to sometimes write only one word, sometimes two words. So check the directions before you write. Even if you write, it's okay. Before you submit, you have some time to cross-check. At least that time you need to cross-check these directions. All right. And second last one I think is capitalization. We are in a hurry to write the spelling, and the spelling is right in both the cases. London. It's just that L here is small. और ये एक city का नाम है, and hence it has to be capital. All right. It cannot be small. Right. And pronunciation. And this is a common problem which many people have, pronunciation, because they listen to that word, but they're not able to imagine it in that moment. For example, burn. Okay. So look, bone nahi bolte isko, second one. The pronunciations are slightly different. The accents are slightly different. So we say born and bone, right? They say born and bone. All right. So it's very much overlapping in terms of sound, right? So be careful. Context kya hai? He is born on so and so date. So obviously it is BORN. All right. But there's a bone density, bone growth, bone development. ऐसा कुछ body related रहेगा तो it is BON. Second. Now this is a nasal sound. थोड़ा सा nasal sound का difference होता है. So if you wear your earphones very closely, tightly, and आपके पास technical issue नहीं है आपके phone में, in the sense earphones में, headphones में, you'll be able to hear this very clearly. Again, you should be focusing on the sound, okay, to avoid ambiguity. आपको focus करना है कि ये 13 या 30th, okay, 30th, that sound, sound, okay, are very subtle sound, okay. So ऊपर से आप ऐसे focus नहीं करते रहोगे, it might overlap, right? Now basically 14th March and 40th March तो नहीं होगा because this date doesn't exist, right? But in a case of date 13th March, 30th March. Case of office numbers, for example, the office number is 17. 17, that nasal sound हल्का सा आता है, and 70 sounds, it stops at T, alright? So थोड़ा सा difference होता है, ज़्यादा नहीं होता है. If you're focused only, then you'll be able to capture it. Alright? Any concerns in this section? All good?
No.
Then section 2. Comparison, presentation, general talk, one person speaking. So most of the time people get lost. And what is the reason to get lost? What reason I have mentioned here? Look like this. This monkey is thinking. Okay.
Unfamiliar.
Unfamiliar
topic.
territory.
Right. Unfamiliar territory. मतलब क्या? ये मुझे कुछ समझ में नहीं आ रहा है. ये लोग क्या बोल रहे हैं? क्या कहते हैं?
Unknown
Not
topic.
imagine anything. Unknown topic. कोई कौन है कोई? Manatee कौन है manatee? The way we did it in reading. Okay. I have no reference of that. मैंने कभी सुना ही नहीं उस बारे में. या फिर I can't imagine what they're speaking. या फिर I'm thinking about my email. I'm thinking about something else. Sometimes people wander. इसलिए मैं उसको बोलती है लाला लैंड. लाला लैंड मतलब अपनी ही दुनिया में गुम होना. Alright? So we are lost because of various reasons. Psychological factors हो सकते हैं, समझ में नहीं आ रहा इसलिए. So this section has got this particular issue. Most of the people get 10 on 10 in the first section. लेकिन जैसे ये सेक्शन में आ जाते हैं इतना फास्ट था, कुछ फास्ट नहीं था, कुछ स्लो नहीं था. Just because we were not focused, we think like that. Alright, so do not assume कि audio बहुत fast था या slow था. Okay, if it's a Cambridge audio, it has to be as per the required speed. You have to brace up, you have to gear up, और आपको अपने level बढ़ाना है. Okay, so there's nothing fast or slow. But yes, the more you know about the topic, the better. The more you are into the topic, the better you listen. इसके लिए आपको बहुत सारे ये से words आने चाहिए, and these words are not just for listening but also for reading and writing as well as in speaking. So ये consequence in the sense ये अभी conclude हो रहा है thought, as a result, या therefore, ये word means you're coming to an end of one topic. Contrast, that means I didn't. Okay, I wanted to start today at 11 o'clock. However, not many people were available. है ना, मतलब क्या, मैंने 11 o'clock नहीं शुरू किया. So all these words you should understand. Moreover means I'm talking about the same idea. Alright, I'm not changing the idea. In my opinion, that means it's not a fact. ये मेरी opinion, मेरा opinion. It's my perspective. It's not a fact. Alright, concession means discount. Okay, even though I wanted to do something, even though, I had a budget of so and so, I got it for so and so. मतलब discount, concession means ऐसा नहीं हुआ. जैसा चाहिए था वैसे नहीं हुआ. Alright, despite sickness, he went to office. Okay, despite regular warnings, he bunked. Alright, whatever. So despite heavy rains, the trains were running. मतलब opposite idea. Purpose, condition, choice, ऐसे बहुत सारे choice का spelling wrong है. This is like a image from internet, but choice spelling is wrong. Alright, so we have these words in our mind. When we capture these words, हम लोग के ideas आ जाते हैं. Alright, as and when we do it, we'll understand in practice. Then is the section 3. Let me clear this. Section 3 ऐसा होता है, there's an academic discussion. As I mentioned, 2 students are talking. What are they talking of? क्या बात कर रहे हैं? Presentations again. ये होना चाहिए, वो नहीं होना चाहिए. Images include करूँ, नहीं include करते हैं. I think this is too long. I think this is too short. They're constantly discussing about something. ये होना चाहिए, वो होना चाहिए. Okay, there could be field trips. Okay, field trips in the sense they're going out somewhere and they're discussing about it. कैसे जाना है, कब जाना है, क्या लेके जाना है, so, and what to do, what not to do, and somebody is guiding them. Or there could be some science experiments and they're talking about कौन से chemicals में क्या add करना चाहिए. Obviously, all these things are not too technical, so don't think you should be knowing names of the chemicals and all. But they are talking some equipment, हमें ये करना चाहिए, we have to add this, I found this as a result of this. Okay. They are also talking about some library organization, how the books are organized. Okay, कहाँ कैसे क्या system है वहाँ पर library management system. Or in this whole process, they're debating. I think you should do this. No, I think I'm good at it, so I will do it. No, I think you should. I should. So they're constantly debating, discussing. Okay, very decently. All right, they're not aggressively discussing anything. अच्छा तुम्हें करना चाहिए. I would have done it. However, I'm full with this. So why don't you try it? Okay, I'll do it. All right. So debate and discussion. I'm not saying that these are the limited ones, but ऐसे कुछ type के discussion होते हैं. All good with section 3? Did you understand which type of questions and discussions would be there? Yes?
Yes.
All right. Last section, जहाँ पर हमें monologue आ जाता है. That means only one person is going to give you some ज्ञान, some knowledge, some information, again, which is going to roll. Okay, एक के बाद एक, because nobody's stopping him or her, right? So they're going to give you some information about some extinction. All the topics in this image, are considered as the topic to know beforehand. Okay, they are there in either reading or listening. So आपको पता होना चाहिए what is this Tasmanian tiger, rhino, saber-toothed cat. I don't know how do they pronounce it, saber or saber. Okay, whatever it is. Passenger pigeon, then dodo. इसके ऊपर सारे topics के ऊपर है listening या reading में. There's some kind of information which you should know. I'm not saying that you should remember all these things, but you should be able to imagine this. Okay. The other topics could be possibly bushfire and citrus trees, Amazon fire. I don't know if you've read about it. Amazon fires, these are the major concerns in US. Also, there are different other forests which are burning, and there are different types of trees which they might talk about, and brain development in children or in school going, in teens, in adults, in old age. It could be anything. Or else it could be something like stoicism. I think one concept है, okay, एक term है, okay, dictatorship या stoicism या anything which they'll take and they'll talk about it. Okay. Now the problem is we do not know much about this. Okay, beforehand necessarily सबको पता नहीं होता है, right? But stoicism is nothing but a personality trait. Okay, आपके personality के ऊपर एक topic है, right? How would I understand it? They will be giving this information at the beginning of the talk. So हम लोग ने थोड़ा सा concentrate किया ना, without really giving that signal कि वो आप ये नहीं आ रहा है. I don't understand this. What is this? I've never read about this. Don't get into that cycle. Okay, relax. Breathe in, breathe out. Whenever it starts, you will understand. First 2-3 sentences are meant to give the introduction of the topic. All right. Now, many people ask me, when should I book the examination? मुझे कभी मिलेगा band 9, 8.58? Although we are focusing on this, everybody should understand that after practicing, when you start seeing, okay, forget the band 6, 5.5, वहाँ है तो देखो ही मत, सोचो भी मत. But the moment you reach 7.5, what is 7.5? अगर आपको 32 to 34 के range में right आने लगता है, whether it is the first week, like coming week, or after 15 days, or after a month, it should be the right time to book the examination, right? So if you're looking at the score 32 plus in your practice, you think you're on track. If you're on 30, 31, it's okay. You still require some more time to work on. If you're in 20, 22, no problem. Work on it. Or 4-5 tests, though, you reach 28, 29, 4 more, 5 more, you'll reach certain level after certain time. You'll have to always figure out the problems and accordingly the solution, right? So what are the common problems, right? Listening में कम क्यों आता है? Because we try to only hear things and not listen. All right. So one of the techniques to do this is एक हम लोग को predict करना है. Okay. Even before the audio starts, when you're reading the question, what kind of a word will fit in? For example, the first one. Rakshit, can I ask you to read this?
Yeah.
factory.
The factory sewage water, it left untreated, will pollute dash.
Okay, now everybody can guess. Will pollute what? Imagine first. Factory का sewage water means dirty water, गंदा पानी, इतना simple याद रखना. Okay, untreat करके अगर हम लोग ने डाल दिया, तो it will क्या? Pollute what?
Water.
Rivers.
Water,
Rivers,
river,
water.
Land, water
water,
bodies.
land, water bodies,
Drinking water.
drinking water, right? ये सब आ रहे हैं ना अपने दिमाग में. So what we are doing is we are imagining, we are predicting. I'm not saying that यही word रहेगा, but we know that the word will be in somewhere in this zone. Okay, it will pollute something, and if it is water, if it is left untreated, तो वो land या पानी को ही pollute करेगा, right? If you know, most of the factories are built on the river bank. Okay, and this is a common topic. So 99% it will pollute some water body, right? Very good. Second, I'm going to ask this one, Anisha, to read the second one.
Okay.
Oops. Second one.
Yeah. Silkworms eat dash leaves voraciously before they form cocoon.
हाँ
Cocoon.
हाँ, तो एग्जाम में ऐसे कुछ वर्ड्स आ गए हैं which we don't understand. For example, okay, pronounce करना नहीं आ रहा है या we don't understand, we can't imagine. ठीक है, but our focus is what? Our focus is
Eat.
हाँ,
Silkworm eat.
this part, right? So even if you are somebody, किसी को या silkworms, you can imagine. Even if you're not able to imagine this, it's okay. All right, don't worry. Dodo है, for example, या Tasmanian tiger है. I know that tiger doesn't eat leaves, but I'm just saying, ऐसा कोई animal है which you can't imagine. It's okay. Your focus should be eating what type of leaves. ठीक है? So what you'll be imagining is type of leaves. Okay? कौन सा तो name रहेगा? हाँ, name रहेगा. Sorry. Okay? Some name would be there, and they would be giving some tree, plant, इसका कुछ नाम रहेगा. So it will not be scientific name. Don't worry. Okay? ऐसा कुछ नाम रहेगा which you and I can pronounce, or we can imagine the spelling of it. Right? Very well. Next. Dumin, can you read the third one?
Yes, ma'am. The coastal cities will get impact due to the rise in dash level.
Yes. First of all, everybody focused on the word coastal cities. Did you imagine coastal cities? मतलब कौन से होते हैं? Coastal cities.
Beachside cities.
हाँ, beach side जिसको coast है, पानी है. Okay, will get impacted due to the rise in कौन से level?
Sea level.
Sea level, right? Very well. Okay, तो बाजू में ही रहेगा ना पानी, तो rise in water level. लेकिन water किसका रहेगा? Sea रहेगा. Okay, ocean level, sea level, water level. Okay, ऐसे कुछ होगा, right? Something specific, but something related to that. Very well. Okay, next. Nilesh, you're reading the next one.
For the field trip, do not forget to carry your dash as it will be very cold outside.
Do not forget to carry. Forgotten.
I forgot. Okay.
First of all, did you imagine
Clothes.
field trip?
Jacket.
Field trip means बाहर जा रहे हो, right? Also another word is cold. बाहर बहुत ठंडी
Cold
है.
house.
हाँ. So I need to just imagine what will you carry? What are the different words which come to your mind?
Your sweater.
Jacket.
Jacket. Hoodie.
Yes, hoodie, mufflers, okay, something to cover, mask, okay, whatever words they have, right? So we are imagining the words, and accordingly we are imagining the images of these, okay? Accordingly, obviously, what are the words in the listing? We are going to capture that. Okay?
We have different payment modes, but due to technical issues, we are accepting dash only, cash only.
Cash only, yes. Why did we think of cash? Because this actually opened our ideas. This actually opened our ideas or our mind to different ideas. Different मतलब A, B, C, D. Different जैसे word होता है ना. The moment we read different A, B, C, D. The moment I read, but I understand there's some contrast in this. Due to technical issues, so सारे technical वाले issues related options गायब. Right? That's the reason cash only. Right? This is the word which comes to my mind. जिसको collocations बोलते हैं. That means these are the words which come to our mind naturally. All right? Yes. Vaibhavi, can you read the next one?
There is no advance booking. The dash will be allocated on first come first basis.
Right. Okay. First come, first serve. So there is no advance booking, so negative idea. All right. Now this sentence, if it depends, it also depends on the scenario. Okay. So for example, I'm talking of theater. So what will be allocated? Seats.
Seats.
Right. If I'm talking about hotel,
Room. Table.
room, table, restaurant, hotel मतलब अलग hotel नहीं. Okay, Ramakrishna hotel नहीं. Hotel is the one where we stay. Okay. So restaurant, then the table. Okay. So seat, room, table. Of course, all these scenarios will bring the right words to your mind, but these are the possible ideas, right? Any questions, any thoughts till now? All good?
Yes.
समझ में आ रहा है?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. How to improve on listening skills? How to improve the listening skills? Basically, there's a difference between passive and active listening. Okay. कुछ लोग होते हैं जो कान में पूजा speaking like this. Okay. एक एक word सुनाई दे रहा है, बाकी ध्यान इधर उधर हो सकता है आपका. Right? Sometimes, when it is like something which you don't like, something which you don't really bother to look at, हम लोग मोबाइल पे रहते हैं, ट्रेन में ट्रैवल करते रहते हैं, or your family is watching certain serials or cricket. I'm a passive listener when it comes to cricket commentary. I really don't focus on it. I'm just like, okay, koi to out hua, kuch to hua, and I'm doing some parallel work. That time I'm very passive, right? When it comes to my work, I'm very active. So passive and active listening is something which we need to really divide as a personality. Am I listening carefully? Do I have the intention? मुझे ध्यान देना है, okay? और मेरा ध्यान है. Okay, intention means, am I really looking forward to concentrate on this? Please ask yourself, why am I listening this? I'm listening to find the word कौन से leave. Okay, what is your intention? जो silkworm वाला topic था ना, that time, why you're listening to that conversation, जो भी कोई बोल रहा है, because I need to find which leave. Okay, why you're listening to that booking wala topic? Because you need to find out what is allocated. Okay, so always question, why are you listening to this conversation? Because I need to find something. So कुछ goal रखो, क्या हम लोग को ढूंढना है, and accordingly get the right word. Otherwise, you won't be able to grab the words. आपको ऐसे लगेगा, yes, continuously speaking, and you'll not be able to capture the right word. Okay, so we need high concentration when it comes to listening as compared to hearing. All right. So eyes, ears, brain, and body focus. Why I'm saying body also focus, you cannot keep sitting, eating, हाथ पैर इधर उधर move करते. No, you have to be calm. There are many people who have this habit of like shaking their legs, या फिर पेन ऐसे टिक टिक टिक, they fidget with their, जो भी article रहेगा. Don't do that. Shanti, focus. I think a lot of meditation will help you. We laugh at it. We think that nahi, kuch bhi, but I think we need to have a calm mind. Okay, rather than capturing and gathering too many things in listening, we need to capture only 40 words. बस इतनी 40 ideas हम लोग को collect करने हैं, and that's not a big task, right? So most of the time we have this blank space. When I say manatee, आपका imagination zero है, right? कुछ लोगों का. I know few people now know manatee, right? So when I'm thinking of our life cycle, I cannot have blank. I need to have something like this. कुछ तो cycle में जा रहा है, right? One after the other, right? Otherwise, what will happen? This will happen in your mind, and you'll have no imagination, right? So the moral of the story is, please understand, there is a difference between hearing versus listening. If you're paying attention, you will be able to get the answers 99%. थोड़ा सा इशू रहेगा एक्सेंट का और इसका बाकी कुछ नहीं होगा, right? This is another area which is a pain point. MCQs, multiple choice questions. Now we are going to do this after this. तभी आपको समझ में आएगा ये pain point क्यों है. But if you focus on these things, the next 2 points which I'm talking of, you'll get this. Many times people don't focus on time and tense. So right now also when few of you are reading, forgot, forget हो गया, okay? या फिर had, okay? On, in. People don't read this small words very carefully. जैसे कि last year, immediately go into black and white या 2022 में जाओ या 2020 में जाओ. The theater was painted, past tense. But concentrate on the contrast as well. The furniture was left incomplete, negative idea. Currently, abhi ka idea, are working ing form on the layout. So painting चल रहा है, furniture design चल रहा है या layout चल रहा है right now? What is happening?
Layout.
Layout,
Layout.
right? So we need to understand, because all the three options will be given in the question. All right. Now tell me, based on the second one, my question is, okay, in 12th century, in which century they started using machine for cheese making? In which century
16th century they started using.
16th century, right? So 12th century, 15th century की दिया है क्योंकि 12th century they said manually, हाथ से cheese बनाते थे. हाँ, 15th century में available थे machine, but not used.
But expensive.
काफी expensive थे. So only in 16th century they started using machine, right? So ऐसे तीनों centuries रहेंगे, and you need to focus on that. Be aware, okay, of contrast and negation. जैसे कि tell me something, which subject did this student go for? Finally, 3 subjects: psychology, physics, history. Which subject?
Physics.
कौन सा subject? Physics.
He opted physics.
He opted for physics, right? Okay, very good. 3 subjects है. Psychology चाहिए था, नहीं मिला. Physics जाना पड़ा. History मेरी बस की बात नहीं है. That's what he said. Okay. Once this gets over, please click on the same link and rejoin. जब भी खत्म होगा, उसी link को click करना है, join करना. I used to go for swing classes, but since it's innovation, I have opted out and now pursuing karate as I finished my classes in spot painting. So मेरा question है, what am I doing right now? Which course?
Karate.
Karate. Yes. Used to मतलब past tense. जाता था. Finished मतलब हो गया. Alright? Alright. Everybody thinks I want band 9. Aaj, abhi. Immediately. No. But it's a process. Okay? Slowly आगे जाते हैं. Not everybody can get it on the first day. जिनको मिला, good. जिनको नहीं मिला, no problem. Alright? Only practice makes it perfect.
So if you're still listening and watching this video, that means you have reached the end of this video and you have followed all the tips. But to score the higher bands, we would require more practice. So feel free to connect with us and also join our live online IELTS classes where we discuss more about listening and the test and the do's and don'ts practically. Also, don't forget to follow us on Instagram and Facebook and subscribe on YouTube. For more details, check the links in the description box. Thank you.